Good morning, Lorenzo. How are y'all doing today? So,
We are
I've
good.
good. I have a favor to ask y'all. Your camera is pointed such that it's kind of like this. I see your feet. I see your white tennis shoes. I see. Oh, there we go. There's those smiling faces, so excited to be here on a Friday morning. There you are. I see you now. How are y'all? Cool. All right. So agenda for today. Cool. Agenda for today is as follows. Um, we're going to spend some time talking about any lingering questions over assignment 2 dealing with rational equations. Um, when about 10:25 rolls around, um, we're going to start the quiz 1 for this week. So facilitators, um, please have, if you haven't done so already, please have that quiz printed out and ready to go around 10:25. I sent out that email Wednesday night, I believe. Um, so, anyways, we'll get that started around 10:25, 10:30. Um, while you're taking that quiz, or right before we take the quiz, I'm going to show you the process um, of submission in the Blackboard. So you're going to need to use your phone and use the like a cam scanner feature or any other scanning software on your phone to take a picture of your quiz, and then I'm going to before that I'm going to show you how to submit that quiz in to me through Blackboard. So before I open up the floor for any questions over assignment 2, I want to point out a couple of things. Number one, um, for next week, so we're just looking ahead at Wednesday, September 8th. First of all, there's no school on Monday, Labor Day holiday. But looking ahead to Wednesday, you need to have completed the notes and begun the homework for assignments 3 and 4. That's for Wednesday of next week. Assignment 5 will be on Friday, but I'm just talking about Wednesday right now. This is what your agenda is over the weekend to be looking at assignments 3 and 4. The week 2 folder is up in Blackboard. It is there available to you. For this weekend, make sure you turn in the notes and homework for assignments 1 and 2 by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. I'll show you again how to do that here in a little bit. When you turn this in, just so that I'm aware, you're always going to put your name, but for a time being, also put your school, where you're from, so I can start associating what school you're at. This will become important when if I have to communicate with your facilitator or somebody, I know where to, who to be emailing. So that's what we have going on for next week, at least on Monday, and what you need to be doing. Make sure you have completed over the course of the weekend. At this point, I just want to be available to address any questions over assignment 2. Do we have any questions over assignment 2 that you want answered?
Can we go over 13? Can we? Okay.
Did you want to change that number?
No, it was still 13. Sorry.
Okay. 5 over x plus 4 plus 3 over x plus 3 is equal to a 12x squared, or excuse me, not x squared, 12x plus 19 all over an x squared plus 7x plus 12. Alright, so assuming that you've done some of the previous problems like 12, 11, and 10, you should recognize that one of the first things that we want to do is we want to factor that trinomial. And you're making a pretty good guess to say that the factored form of this guy is going to be the product of these two guys. Let's just verify that. Leading coefficient in front of the x squared is 1, so that means x goes here, x goes there. I'm looking at C, this constant term. I'm going to ask the question, what things multiply together to give me 12, but at the same time add together to give me 7? And the answer to that is positive 4 and positive 3. If you go through and FOIL this, you'll arrive back at the trinomial, and lo and behold, yes, you have an x plus 4, x plus 4, x plus 3, and x plus 3. This is your LCD. This is what's going to allow us to clear the equation of fractions. So, I have the x plus 4 times the x plus 3 over 1 times that first term, 5 over an x plus 4. We have then plus the LCD again, x plus 4 times an x minus plus 3 over 1 times our second term, 3 over an x plus 3 is equal to LCD again, x plus 4 times an x plus 3 over 1 times our third term, 12x plus 19 over, and let's write the factored form, x plus 4 times an x plus 3. Now, before I move on, before I go any further, I want to come back up to the original equation, and I want to note that x cannot equal, there's two values that x cannot equal. And those two values are negative 4 and a negative 3. And the reason that x cannot be equal to these two values is, let's just take a look over here. If x ends up being negative 4, well, look at our denominator. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 5 divided by 0 is undefined. We cannot have an undefined term in our equation. If through this solving process x ends up being equal to negative 3, well, we have a problem, because negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 3 over 3 is 0. 3 over 0 is undefined. We cannot have an undefined term. So make sure that you're making these notes about what x cannot be equal to. If you did this correctly, problem number 11 ends up being no solution. And the reason number 11 ends up being no solution is because you end up with a contradiction. Once you go through the solving process, what you get is your answer contradicts with what you have up here. Alright, so let's move on with this. Hopefully you got the idea that things start canceling out. And so we're left with the following. X plus 3 times a 5 plus an x plus 4 times a 3 equals. So everything canceled out over here, so all we're left with is a 12x plus 19. And then we just have to go through and solve. So we'll start off by distributing. Actually, hold on. I don't want that. Where's my highlighter? There's my highlighter. We'll distribute. Five x plus 15 plus 3x plus 12 equals a 12x plus 19. If I have any like terms, sure, 5x and 3x, that makes it 8x. 15 and 21 makes a 36. Let's do some rearranging of terms. Let's subtract the 8x because I want a positive coefficient. I'll subtract 19 on both sides.
Sir, I don't think it's supposed to be 36.
Yeah, where did I get 36 from?
You said 21 instead of 12.
Yep, I had a moment, didn't I? I had a moment. That's a 12, not a 21, so that's going to make that a, 27? Is that better? So 27 minus 19, 8. 12x minus 8x is going to be a 4x. That means that x is going to be equal to 2. Alright, so I kind of moved through that problem rather quickly, but does it make sense? Thumbs up. Alright. How many people are in Lorenzo? I see 2 up front. Is that 4? 3.
In total, we have 4, but one got a concussion yesterday in a football game, so he had to go get checked. Yes.
Alex, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you only seeing 2?
Well, yeah, so, here's what I see. I see, 1, the terrible smiley face, 2, and I see somebody's hand over here. There we go. There's all 3 of y'all. I see you now. Now we're good. Okay. Any other questions I can help y'all with?
Can we go over 3?
Problem number 3, we have a 2 over a 3x plus a 1 over 4 is equal to 11 over 6x minus a 1/3. So, when I look at this problem, I need to do two things first. I need to determine what the LCD is, and I need to determine what x cannot equal. Now, determining what x cannot equal here is pretty straightforward, because the idea here is if I look at 3x, and I just set 3x equal to 0, you divide both sides by 3, you end up with x equals 0. So that tells me that x cannot be equal to 0. Again, if you had 3 times 0, that would be 0 in your denominator. You cannot divide 2 by 0. And the same thing holds over here as well. So x cannot be equal to 0. Now, what is that LCD? Well, for a moment, let's just ignore the variables down below. You have the numbers 3, 4, 6, and 3. What's the smallest number that 3, 4, 6, and 3 all evenly divide into? 12. Then you have to tack on the x. And this is what we're going to go and multiply into every single term of our equation. Alright, so does the LCD of 12x make sense? Yes, no, maybe so? Ladies? Does that make sense? LCD of 12x?
I'm still a little confused on why you put the x.
Because the reason that we included the x, it'll make sense here in just a moment. Let me just do this for this first term. If you have 12x times the 2 over 3x, what you want is you want the entire denominator to go away. So we can see that the 12 gets divided by 3. 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4. But I still have the x in my denominator. Do you see that? That x is still there. We have to make that x go away. And the way we make the x go away is by having an x up here, because x divided by x is 1. The x's essentially cancel each other out. That's why we have to have x in our LCD. Does that make sense? Okay, so you need to make the entire denominator go away, and because 2 over the denominators contain an x in them, we have to include x in our LCD. Now, I'm just going to kind of hang with me on this one. Watch what I'm about to do. I'm going to use my two writing utensils. 12 divided by the 4. 12 divided by 4 is going to be 3. Now, is there an x in this denominator? There's no x here, is there? So does this x in our LCD get canceled out? No. So you're still going to have a 3x, and since 12 divided by 4 is 3 times the 1, we're just going to have 3x. Equals, so hang with me on this one, 12 divided by 6 is 2, x divided by x, no x's, times 11. So essentially, you take 12x and divide it by 6x, that gives you 2, then you have to multiply it by the 11. Minus 12 divided by 3 is 4. There's no x here, so this x in your LCD does not cancel out. And we have a 1 up there, not very interesting, multiplying by 1. So cleaning things up, coming back over here, we have 12 divided by 3 is 4. X divided by x is no x. You take that 4 and multiply it by 2. So we get 8 plus 3x equals 22 minus 4x. Are we good to this point right here? Yes? No? Maybe so? Good? Alright. Big thumbs up. Don't hold them close to your chest, 'cause I can't see it if you're holding it close to your chest. Big thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Alright, good. So, at this point, you can solve. Let's see. I'll add 4x to both sides. I'll subtract 8 on both sides. So that's going to give me 7x is equal to 14, which then means x is equal to 2. Alright, what else can we look at? Got a little bit of time before I want to get started with the quiz. Anything else? Alright, go ahead.
I was gonna say 16.
Alright, I'm gonna get you going on 16 because we have some other things to accomplish. We have 2 to the third minus, open bracket, 4, open parentheses, 5, minus 3 to the third, close parentheses, close bracket.
Oh, can you change the screen?
Yes, thank you. Alright, so we got the problem written down. Now, as I'm looking at this problem, I got those nested brackets. I think we talked about nested brackets on Wednesday. So, inside my brackets, I got this set of parentheses, 5 minus 3 to the third. Order of operations says I need to take care of that 3 to the third first. While I'm at it, I can go ahead and take care of the 2 to the third. 2 to the third is 8. Three to the third is 27. Now, I can go back and look at my brackets. I can now evaluate the inside of my parentheses. Five minus 27 is going to be a negative 22. Then, we can deal with the 4 times the negative 22 inside our brackets. 4 times 20 is 80, times 2 is going to be an 8, so that's going to be a negative 88, equals a negative 8x. Now, we have the opposite of a negative number. The opposite of a negative number is a positive number, so this becomes 8 plus 88. Which then, that becomes 96 equals the negative 8x. We would then divide both sides by negative 8, and you get x is equal to negative 12. Does that make sense? Okay. We're about to get started with the quiz. So, facilitator, please have those quizzes ready to hand out. We're about to get started. Before we get started, I want to show you something. So here we are in our Blackboard page for this course. I hope that you've already watched this video about how to use Cam Scanner. If you haven't practiced with it yet, here's your opportunity to practice today. You're going to, after you complete the quiz, you're going to take your quiz, you're going to use your phone to scan the phone, or to scan your quiz using Cam Scanner. You're going to scan your quiz. If you have a laptop, my suggestion is to send that PDF file to your laptop. For me, it's much easier to maneuver in my laptop, but it can all be done on your phone. But what you're going to do, once it's on your phone or your laptop, that PDF file, when you go to course contents, under week 1, you can use either of these two links here, week 1 assignments or week 1 quiz. They lead you to the same place. It's going to open up a page in what's called GradeScope. And to upload your quiz, you're going to hit just this link, week 1 quiz, and you're going to first of all have to select a PDF file. I don't know if y'all can read that, but it says select PDF. So I'm on my iPad, so I'm going to have to browse through my iPad to find that PDF that I want to upload. And then I'm going to hit upload PDF. And week 1 quiz submitted successfully, if y'all can see that. Of course, this is not week 1 quiz. I just uploaded some random PDF. But there it is. And that's how you're going to upload your quizzes to me through Blackboard. So, facilitators, would you please go ahead and pass out that quiz 1? This is a no notes, no homework quiz. The only questions from this quiz are from assignment 1, linear equations. There is a fractional equation in here, but it's not rational. It's not like what you encountered in assignment 2. So in a minute, I'm going to just quit talking, but here's what I want to say. While you are working on that quiz, you're doing your own work. When you are done with the quiz, and even though if you have a neighbor that's still working on theirs, you're going to, and facilitators, please just kind of be monitoring, making sure that while a student is doing this, that they're actually finished with their quiz. But what you're going to do is, I got my finished quiz right here. I'm going to work on using my cell phone, take a picture file, convert that file into a PDF, and then work through the uploading process in Blackboard. So we got another 20 plus minutes of class. That should be enough time to get that quiz taken care of and start working on uploading that homework. So I'm going to let y'all take care of business, and I'll be here if you need any assistance.
Mr. Clapton,
Yes.
this is Gina. I'm just helping the facilitator today. How will Alex do to work for this test when he comes back?
When are they due by? Is that what you said?
Yeah, what will he do when he comes back to take this test?
Oh, Alex.
Yes.
Um, whenever Alex gets back, from what I understand, that's going to be next week sometime. Um, well, what will have to happen is perhaps during class on Wednesday, or better yet, even on Tuesday. Um, um, is this the facilitator that I'm talking to?
I'm not the facilitator, but I'm helping the facilitator right now. But
Okay.
I will make sure to let him know.
Um, he can just, as long as he is being proctored, so as long as somebody's watching him take the quiz, he can take it on Tuesday.
Okay. And then upload it.
What will probably need to happen is he'll need to have the facilitator email me the quiz directly, because this link in Blackboard is going to get closed after today. So he'll need to have the facilitator, once he completes the quiz, have the facilitator scan and email it to me directly. I will, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'm just writing it down so I can tell Mr. Calvillo.
Okay. And I'm making a note to myself right now just to email the facilitator about Alex. Okay. Students, 3 students I see there. I see that you are still working on the quiz. That tells me that you're not going to have time in our time together to get that quiz scanned and submitted. I mean, you might be able to within a minute, but it may take you some time and error. So, here's what I want to say. If you can get that quiz submitted to me before this class period ends, awesome.
Your conference is scheduled to end in 2 minutes.
See, there's our 2 minutes. It's already about over. If you cannot get it submitted to me, turn your quiz into the facilitator, and facilitator, try to get those quizzes scanned and emailed to me today. Here's the thing that has to happen. You cannot work on these quizzes after class has ended. This is designed to be done in 20 minutes. So turn in, if you run out of time, you gotta turn in what you have. And if you can't get it turned into me in the Blackboard by 11 o'clock, then you'll just have to have the facilitator hang on to it and scan it and email it to me later today. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'll make sure that they have everything set and also with Alex.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And since we only have less than 2 minutes left, I'm going to just go ahead and